Bruner,
Yes.
Farnham,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Janice,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes. Carried. Item 14, resolution to acceptance of a office oath bond of Ben Lucan, trustee, Paris Community Fire Protection District. Motion by Carl, second by Mike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Bruner,
Yes.
Farnham,
Yes.
Helsley,
Yes.
Janice,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes. Passed. Number 15, change date for August 2013 Edgar County Board meeting from 8/14 to 8/21. Discussion.
You want me to? Okay. The reason why we put this request in is because there are 3 people in my office who have scheduled vacations with deposits already been made, money's been spent, and after looking at the calendar, that is the week that we prepare the board packets, get ready for the board meeting. Well, the 2 of us that do that aren't going to be here, and so it's a scheduling thing for vacations. So we'd like to push that back a week, give us more time to get prepared. Question?
Change the August meeting date to the 14th to 21st. Got a motion by Dan, have a second. Second by Carl. Any discussion, any further questions?
Are we leaving the study session and highway stuff on the 12th and 26th? Or is that going to correlate with one of those, or we thought about that?
My recollection of the calendar is that
The 12th was the Monday, the
12th.
14th was the regular scheduled board
Yes.
meeting, and we're going to come back on the 26th with the study session and also the highway.
right.
So we're just going to leave, I mean, it's a separate issue with this, but it's also discussion time because it impacts
Correct.
something like this.
So, Aaron, how flexible are you with your?
Whatever the board,
Would you just as soon leave yours the same?
yes,
Or-
whatever's in your guys' message, we're flexible.
Or should we push
We
the?
can do that later. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page.
Well, I would suggest you push it.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Would you rather do that,
Let's leave it there.
just leave it or push it to the same week that we're gonna have?
Well, you and I won't be there either way. I mean, if we move it. So, it's up to you. It doesn't have to be.
You're not the one that should be saying that. Now, what's the general consensus? Do you want to leave the highway and bridge in the study session the same?
Well, that's separate from this entirely.
Right.
I just assume leave it the same.
Okay.
Because that way I'd be there.
First, we'll just move that.
Okay, so I take it that we're going to leave the road and bridge and study session at the currently scheduled time, and the only thing we're moving is the county board meeting. Any more discussion?
Well, yeah, I got something.
Go ahead.
There's 2 people aren't going to be here that week. Is that my understanding? The week that we want to move it to? What about the rest? I'm just asking, what about the rest of you guys? Is that, you still want to schedule a meeting, or you want to table this and come back and do it next month for the last week of the month? Dawn, how does that play into Terry paying our bills?
They pay bills.
That ought to be demand bills instead of regular, but that's, I'm just throwing it out there for discussion.
How much problem is it to make packets without 2 people in the office?
Impossible.
That kind of takes care of
Any other suggestions?
Call the question. I move to call the question.
We'll table it then.
There's a motion on there on the floor to do it.
Yeah.
And a second.
Yes, we do that.
Vote.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Unanimous. We'll go with the change. Number 16, Sheriff's semi-annual report. We'll note that you gave it to us. If you want to talk, if you want to comment on that.
As Al said, it's 22% over the last 6 months of activity. I had a copy of it.
We've all got copies. Oh, you lost your copy.
Would you like a copy?
No, I
Sheriff?
I'll give it.
Okay. Yeah. So noted that the Sheriff's semi-annual report is filed. Number 17, I'll turn the floor over to Mr. Griffin. Read these.
The first highway resolution we have is a resolution authorizing county board vice chair to execute a contract with a parent low bidder for the following: Stratton Township Bridge, section 01-13119-00BR. Motion for that?
Motion by Carl, second by Dan. Roll call.
Bruner?
Yes.
Farnum?
Yes.
Helsley?
Yes.
Janice?
Yes.
Voigt?
Yes.
Zuber?
Yes.
It passed. Number 2.
Resolution authorizing county board vice chair to execute amendment number 1 to the intergovernmental cooperative agreement for the following: Village of Brockton IDRP PI project number 08-354051, section 12-00108-01-DR.
Got the motion? Motion by Jeff. There's a second. Second by Carl. Any discussion? Roll call.
Bruner?
Yes.
Farnum?
Yes.
Helsley?
Yes.
Janice?
Yes.
Voigt?
Yes.
Zuber?
Yes.
Passed. Number 3.
Resolution authorizing county board vice chair to execute amendment number 1 to the intergovernmental cooperative agreement for the following: Village of Vermillion IDRP PI project number 08-354002, section 12-00108-04-DR.
Motion by Carl. Do I have a second? Second by Dan. Any discussion? Roll call.
Bruner?
Yes.
Farnum?
Yes.
Helsley?
Yes.
Janice?
Yes.
Voigt?
Yes.
Zuber?
Yes.
Passes. Number 4.
Resolution authorizing county board vice chair to sign BLR 05510 PE agreement with McClintock Civil Engineering Service for new bridge and roadway approaches for the following: TR 141, which is 1550th Road, section 13-03133-00-BR, Edgar Township.
So moved.
Motion by Jeff. Your second. Second by Carl. Any discussion? Roll call.
Bruner?
Yes.
Farnum?
Yes.
Helsley?
Yes.
Janice?
Yes.
Voigt?
Yes.
Zuber?
Yes.
Carries. Number 5.
Resolution authorizing county engineer to enter into an agreement with Newell Construction utilizing county bridge funds for contract work on the following: CH4, which is the Lower Terre Haute Road, box culvert extension.
So moved.
Motion by Carl, second by Mike. Any discussion? Roll call.
Brunner,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Elsley,
Yes.
Janice,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes.
Carries. Number 6.
Resolution of support to submit an application for Cycle 11 Illinois Transportation Enhancement Funds on the following: FAU 7560/FAS 684 Clayton Road, Section 10-00103-03-RS.
Motion by Dan, second by Carl. Any discussion? Roll call.
Brunner,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Elsley,
Yes.
Janice,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes.
Number 7.
Resolution authorizing county engineer to prepare and sign a letter of intent between the county and the city of Paris/Paris Township indicating the desire to transfer jurisdiction of multiple routes.
Motion. Motion by Mike, second by Dan. Any discussion? Roll call.
Brunner,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Elsley,
Yes.
Janice,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes.
Carried. Number 8.
Resolution authorizing county engineer to sign for all necessary construction, right of entry permits, and agreements with CSX Railroad at the following: TR 195C, which is a 1200th road, Section 12-09119-00-VR, crossing number 542447K, CATB number 257.
Any motion?
So moved.
Motion by Jeff, second by Carl. Any discussion? Roll call.
Brunner,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Elsley,
Yes.
Janice,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes.
Carried. Number 18, take action on airport litigation 13 MR 36. Carl, you want to?
Last night at the advisory board meeting, they approved on the ad settlement litigation.
Do I hear a motion?
Yes.
What was the sum?
$327.
Yeah, it's less than one. We got a motion, Carl, do I hear a second?
Also.
Second by Dan, all in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
No.
Approved settlement of Bergen FLSA claim. Jeff, would you like to address that for us, please?
Yes, Augie and I worked on that yesterday. He talked to Ohio Royster yesterday also. I think there was other communications, but basically, we have a figure. We're going to make a motion on that figure that simply authorizes Ohio Royster to enter into agreement with Mr. Bergen's attorneys. There is no formal agreement yet. This is simply to provide the attorneys with our guidance as far as what we will settle for as our limit. No payments will be made until the agreements are signed, and our attorney through the other attorney has directed us to do so. So, do you have any questions about that before we make the motion?
Money will come out toward the movie.
It'll come out of several different places, yes. Okay? Okay, I would move, Mr. Chairman, that we authorize Heil, Royster, Wolfner, and Allen to enter into agreement with, to final agreement with Mr. Bergen's attorneys with the limit of $64,000 plus FICA, and that's what we're doing. That's my motion.
Do I hear a second? Motion by Jeff, do I hear a second? Seconded by Mike. Are there any questions? Any further questions? If not, roll call.
Bruder,
Yes.
Garner,
Yes.
Elson,
Yes.
Janice,
Yes.
Voigt,
Yes.
Zuber.
Yes.
Carries. Number 20. Office Department Head Reports. Seems like you're always last. I'm gonna start with you. That's
Thank you.
okay.
Mr. Good News.
We are in the process of processing the tax bills. It was turned over to us officially last Monday afternoon, meaning a week ago this past Monday. We were able to finalize the ordering of the bills. I picked them up in Springfield because it was cheaper for gas than to have them ship them. My father went along, rode shotgun because he knew there'd be somebody out there trying to steal those tax bills, but we got them home safe. After all the numbers were processed by Augie's office as far as the levies and everything, in a perfect world, we hope to collect just shy of $22 million for all the taxing districts. That of course includes junior colleges and overlapping districts. That sounds like a lot of money, and I thought since everybody knows numbers, if we convert that to state numbers, that's .022 billion. If we convert that to federal numbers, it's .0000022 trillion. I just thought I'd throw that out there more for entertainment reasons. The soonest that we're going to get a distribution is going to be probably July 12th. I'm not even going to think about doing it the holiday week, but we're on fumes, needless to say, and hopefully I'm not going to promise anything. By the end of the month, we may have to borrow. I just don't know yet. We do have, remember, all banks within Edgar County are deputy collectors. We also have Sidell Bank that is going to continue to be a deputy collector, even though the Hume Bank is no longer functioning. We also have one more new bank that requests to be a county deputy collector for tax funds, and that's the First Neighbors Bank in Newman, because they pick up a lot of Hume Bank customers. So I went ahead and approved that, just so anybody up in the northwestern part of the county will still be able to go to a bank and make the payments. If it hasn't already, there's going to be an article in the paper about what we call the summer auction, the trustee auction of properties that have been basically abandoned and have fallen into the lap of our Edgar County trustee. And I want to emphasize that the county does not own these properties. I don't care what anybody else says. I'm not going to debate this. The county does not own these properties. They are through their Edgar County tax agent as our trustee. If anybody were to have ownership, it would be all the taxing districts that are on that tax bill. They all kind of have a piece of the pie if you want to talk, if you want to look at ownership. Most of these that are being offered need a lot of tender loving care. The most common people that would find these attractive would be adjacent landowners or someone that wants to have property next to somebody they don't like and they want to give them a hard time, whatever. We have catalogs available. The last day to seal bid is July 5th by 4 o'clock in our office. They're $4 for the catalog, and I do not open these bids. They are forwarded to the Edgar County tax agent where they do all that. So there's no chance for me to even look at these bids and accidentally lose one in case somebody I don't like, okay? So we keep it up on the up and up. You'll notice on your report, I highlighted one thing. We knew that IMRF was going to possibly go into a below zero amount because of the extra money we've been paying back. However, with the cash flow just above that of $14,000, we're able to cover that with general fund money. We are not using other levied funds to cover that amount. You cannot use levy funds to cover general fund expenses, but you can go the other way. General fund can be used to help levy funds through a cash flow. Are there any questions?
Did I miss it, or did you say when the tax bills are going?
Oh, that is very important, Mr. Chairman. July 19th, September 20th.
That's the due date.
That's the
When
due
is
date.
when are they going to the mail?
They are going in the mail Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next week. It just depends on how much we want to work after hours and stuff. Are there any questions? If not, I am going to depart and go stuff some envelopes. Yes.
Chrisman won't get that last year money until that date too, is that correct or not?
They are the only exception to the rule right now. They have already been provided with $82,000 and change. There's an outstanding amount of $100,000 that collections will be enough, or they will get their $100,000 by June 28th in their bank. I've spoken with Mr. Tracy, the superintendent up there, and guaranteed him, the only thing that would stop that is if everybody just didn't pay their taxes at all that first week, but that's not going to be the case. There's some people that'll come in and pay both installments just to get it out of the way, so.
Thank you.
Does that clear them up with last year's amount they lost?
That was the whole intent. They wanted to see that money in their banks by the end of June so that it doesn't skew the numbers for their coming fiscal year. And we're very willing to work with them on that. Most of the time, schools do not want money before July 1st because it does skew things. But this is one time they would like to see it. Any other questions?
Thank you, Don.
All right, thank you, and I'll yield.
Yes. Thanks, Don.
Bev,
I have the final board of review report for 2012. Terry has a copy of it. The 2012 Edgar County Board of Review officially convened June 1, 2012 and adjourned April 5th, 2013. During this time, the board met only when necessary and as a result worked 14 days. The final day for acceptance of complaints by the 2012 Board of Review was February 19, 2013. Complaints were filed on 62 parcels, constituting less than 1% of the total parcels countywide. After rendering tentative decisions on these complaints, requests were received for 13 final hearings. The books were signed over to the county clerk on April 5, 2014, and the final abstracts were sent to Illinois Department of Revenue April 5, 2013. A tentative multiplier of .9852 was issued to Edgar County on March 7, 2013, with a final multiplier of the same .9852 issued to the county on May 29th. The board acted on applications and exemptions with the following totals for exemptions: 1,841 senior citizen homestead, 383 home improvement, 1,075 senior citizen assessment freeze homestead, 3 veterans, 1 returning veteran, 418 nonprofit, 132 disabled persons, and 44 disabled veterans. And it's submitted as a clerk of the board review.
thank you, Bill. Karen,
I think we are rolling along, so I'm gonna say pass. Thank you.
Aaron, do you have anything? Kid?
Thank you for everyone that came to the mitigation meeting last night. We had 46 people there, so one of the people from SIU said they usually average from 7 to 11 people. Gator County has been the highest number, so they were very impressed. We actually, talking to Aaron, we actually submitted some applications. They're about the fall applications to start Brockton and Kristen, I think is what Vince said, so they're moving right along. I think the next meeting is going to be in about 5 weeks, so you guys will get a postcard and reminders. So thank you for everything.
Great, thank you. Sheriff Mom, do you have anything else? Nothing else? Who am I missing? Anybody? Okay.
Foggy.
No, I wasn't there yet. Now I'm there. Mr. Griffin, what do you think?
Thank you. I would like to introduce to the public Crystal Trotter, who is a student. I believe you're ready to start your fourth year, senior year over at Eastern Illinois University. She's just completing an internship with my office for the last 3 weeks. And I've tried to expose her to all the areas of local government as seen through the county clerk's office. And I can't speak for her, but I think she's seen and done a lot. She's done a very good job. She just took the LSAT exam Monday and hopes to go on to law school. So she's got an excellent GPA, and she's been a good worker, and I just want to say thank you, Crystal. Enjoyed having you.
Thank you.
Okay. The other thing I want to report on since we last met, the Edgar County Elected Officers Electoral Board basically settled a lawsuit, and I wanted to give you a breakdown of the numbers. It cost the county $3,416 for the petition challenges. We had 3-4 days hearings, and then one of those meetings there was a lawsuit alleging the violation of the Open Meetings Act. That cost the taxpayers $1,093. So all told, $4,560. And that's all done and behind us now. And I hope we don't ever have to go down that road again.
Are you telling me, Mr. Griffin, that it cost the county $4,560 to decide between paperclip and the state?
Well, for clarification, it's $3,400 for that issue.
There's another.
The other $1,000 was for the alleged violation of the Open Meetings Act.
But
But
it centers around
yes, it does.
a paperclip and a state.
$4,560.
That wasn't the first objection filed.
You are out of order, sir.
Does this include the attorney that we had to hire?
Yes, that's what those are. Those are all of our attorneys' fees,
4,500.
basically, yes. And there's some plaintiff costs in there. Those are not, yeah, the plaintiff costs are in there, but that's the total. As Don said, we got done with our part of the taxes, shifted them over to him. So, good luck with Don. That's all I have.
That's all you do. Committee reports. Dan, I'm going to start with you this time. I've been starting with Jeff, so you're up to bat.
Not a whole lot. We had to find ourselves a meeting last week. Excuse me, Mandarin. The dog bite problem has been resolved basically. It's in the hand of the civic police and everything else happens. The dog barking situation, I've heard much about that. I did talk to the person complaining about it. Not really upset. I think in his subdivision, they're working on a policy, but I don't know how it's going to work with the county. I don't think it'll fly for the county. It's only for subdivisions. So. Also, I mentioned maybe putting up a screen on the fence so the dogs can see their property. The problem is the area where the dogs are sits on the side of the hill. So the line around their property would not work. That's where we stand on the park.
Nothing to report. Alan?
As part of the Regional Office of Education meeting I was at a couple weeks ago, they are the part where they request money from the county as a part of their state obligation. They haven't asked for the superintendent for quite a while, but they're asking this time for about a 3% increase. That's just for the county aspect and all the rest of it, which amounts to, I think, about $1,100 increase for the next fiscal year off of that. said on it, seems like we have our fair share of those, but talking to other counties, that's also a very common thing with county boards, is that they are hit internally by claims. In fact, we just picked another one today, right here at the courthouse. Basically, so we'll be having to deal with something else. Actions that we took or did not take at a county board meeting, and whether or not what we did was legal or illegal. So those never seem to be in the one that we just talked about earlier this time. So trying to keep abreast of those, which seems like constant interaction with our state's attorney and our other attorneys. But and again, talking to other board members, that's the neat thing about going to some of those other meetings. Talking to the other ones, somewhat common. It's just because you're at that point. So, other than that,
Since you were at talking to other board members, are they inundated with FOIAs and lawsuits like we are?
I don't know the percentage of complexity, but it is. I mean, because we live in a transparent society, and we should. So it just depends on the issue at the time as well. So, I mean, I think it's kind of a fact of life. So, not a pleasant fact of life, you know, when you see these things constantly coming in, you think, why are you doing it? I don't know. Do your best, forget the rest. That's all I have.
That's all you have?
That's the words from the coach super, all right?
Mike?
Don't have anything to discuss.
Carl?
Nothing.
At the airport, is Mr. Vogue in compliance today?
Cycle report.
Insurance compliance?
No,
Okay.
we're working on that. And I reported Monday at the study session that last week, myself and Jimmy and Rusty sat down, we talked, had a good discussion, making progress. I was out there again late this week, making more progress. So we're quietly working on this, and the rhetoric that we're hearing from some other people that not involved in that is not helping the situation. And I think it needs to stop, quite honestly. We've heard enough. We know what the issues are. And I think between the three of us, hopefully we can work it out. And that's what we're working towards. And it's not going to be drug out. It's the window is very narrow. Hopefully we can come to yes.
On the insurance, are we, just so we're aware, and you don't have to be real specific, it's not the issue of having insurance, it's the issue of being, or what particularly, being
Yeah.
told.
Last fall, that was an issue. And I think they felt like back last fall they got the workers' comp and all the liability issues, policies in place. But one of the things that Rusty was told that the county was supposed to be additionally insured, my understanding, I wasn't involved in it, and a certificate holder. And we got copies of those a month or so ago, and that was not the case. The county was not listed on those. And I've had a conversation with Rusty about that. He understands what we need. And one day this week that I was out there, I was there when he called his agent, and she was specifically told what we needed. And last night he handed me a couple copies of stuff we requested, and he's working on getting the rest, and we're to have that. Jimmy is to have that this week. I've had some conversation with our agent, and for the most part, what he's seen in the past, the amounts of coverage are adequate. He said there might be one or two that are not, but once we get everything from Rusty and get that, the committee needs to get together and make sure everything is what we feel like we need. And then everything else that we've been talking about, working on, we get all that worked out, and we'll proceed with the contract. So we'll get all that done.
Right, we can talk about that.
And I've talked to all the board members, and everybody is on the same page on this. There's no doubt about that.
Thanks, Carl.
But there's still, you haven't received all the certificates.
Right,
from the
correct,
places
right.
that aren't some.
Yes. And as far as compliance, you know, there's some
I'm
other
bringing a
issues.
bucket of water.
I
for
thought I
that.
turned it off.
There's a few other minor issues that we're all aware of what the situation is, and we're working to come to a conclusion of this.
Okay.
Get everything.
Last question.
Yes, Dan.
I talked to one of the leaseholders that has the T hangers for him. He said he signed a lease for T hangers. And basically, he was a little questioning the one statement that the lease could be nullified without any reasons. He was a little upset with that point in the lease.
Had he signed a previous lease?
I think he did.
This is different in the previous lease
Yeah,
than it
but
was.
he didn't, I don't know if he signed this or not, but we're gonna sign it because of one statement on the T. So I don't
Mike?
know if they brought that up last night.
No, nothing was brought up about that. I think this past week, Jim, remember last fall or last winter, the state's attorney and him were working on a new lease. And I think 99% of it is exactly the same as the old lease, but the